What's up, hungry people? It's Sava, and today we are on our way uptown to Washington Heights for a Dominican food crawl with a real Dominican. Say hello. On this Dominican food tour of Washington Heights, we'll be experiencing real Dominican culture right here in New York City. Washington Heights is home to a huge Dominican population, and it has the vibes to match. The food is delicious and the music is loud. We'll be eating street food and stopping in some local joints to show you some of the best food Uptown has to offer. Come along with us because you won't want to miss this one. Uptown, where everything is double parked. Ok, gracias. ¿Cuál es tu nombre? First up are these delicious empanadas, or pastelitos as Dominicans call them. We got a cheese one and a beef one. Delicioso. So we have empanadas with cheese in here. The cheese is really, really good. It's really creamy. And the pastry is delicious too. You try it? Joel decided to try the beef empanada, but somehow I forgot to get his reaction. It was stuffed though with really deliciously spiced beef. Now, if you don't like loud music, then Uptown is not the place for you. Dominicans love to party, and I can tell you as someone who lived in Washington Heights for 4 years that the music will go on all night. If you want to experience real Dominican culture though, that's where it's at. Here we are getting Tres Golpes, a drink that I never had before actually. This man has a shopping cart and he squeezes into this drink lime juice, orange juice, carrot juice, beet juice, oat milk. He's gonna add in a little bit of sugar, some canned milk, and then put it all over ice. It has a really interesting thick texture that I'd never had before. But let me tell you, that color is so beautiful. I highly recommend you try it. Wow. Gracias.
So you know we got a little bit of the Tres Golpes over here, which is lemonade, orange juice, beets, carrots, and
Oat milk.
Oat milk. And this right here is called a Tres Golpes. Oh, creamy too. So good.
Wow. I love the color. You can really taste the citrus in there. And it's nice and thick too. It's almost like Pepto-Bismol. After that quick stop for a drink, we decided to head over to Junior's, my favorite uptown seafood spot. This place has most of the food already prepared, so you can come in and just kind of point to what you want. Let me tell you, everything is super good. So we stopped in a park to actually eat our food because most of the places that we stopped at were either kind of takeout or it was just so loud where we actually stopped, so we wanted to stop so that we could actually eat. This is a seafood chofang from Junior's. I love it. It's probably one of my favorite things. Basically, it is a Dominican style fried rice and they call it chofang. I guess that sounds Asian to them, but in here there is peppers, celery, onion. I think, so when I have asked Dominicans how you make this, they say you just use soy sauce, but I think it's like a specific Dominican type of soy sauce that they use because it doesn't exactly taste like regular soy. There's also like big pieces of shrimp and chicken and squid usually in here. Ooh.
See my balls.
Those shrimp are really good. I don't know how they keep the shrimp so tender. Do you want to dig in?
Yeah.
I don't know how they keep the shrimp so tender when the food just kind of like sits in those heating pads, but they do a good job. Here's a piece of squid. It's good, right? So tender. They keep the seafood really tender.
Dominican fried rice. That's what I call it.
That is what it is.
There's a lot of seafood spots uptown. They sell fish and they steam it for you. But Junior's have the best seafood soup uptown. Without a doubt.
So, Joel's favorite thing there is the seafood soup. He always gets it. It has a really thick sauce. And I can see big chunks of carrots and celery in there, along with, again, squid. Oh my gosh, there's like a huge piece of crab here. And for me, it's good. I don't really like super seafoody flavors, so it's not my favorite, but especially when you put some lime in it. Actually, this is bad.
Hot sauce too.
Lime and hot sauce, yeah. Give it a swirl. Ooh, big piece of shrimp. It's pretty good. Honestly, like Joel said, one of the better seafood soups uptown. It's not overly like seafoody, but it is very like, it's like, yeah, it's like if chicken noodle soup was made with seafood. So one really sad thing happened. I wanted to take you guys to get like the best Tres Leches cake that I've ever had. And unfortunately, the place went out of business. I'm guessing because of the pandemic, this place wasn't able to stay open. This is why you... 809? Maybe it'll open up again, because I had looked online and it said that they were open, but they were not when we went there. The thing that was so special about it was that it was not too sweet, and it had this layer of guayaba, like paste or jelly on top. I think I'm gonna try to recreate it, and maybe I'll make a recipe video out of that, but man, that was good. So instead of Tres Leches, we got some flan from the bakery that we stopped at. It got a little bit messed up in transition, but if you've never had flan, basically what it is like an egg custard with caramelized sugar. You can see the caramelization on top. And is really just like rich and creamy, and usually it has some sugar syrup on it. This one, it smells kind of orangey actually.
It smells what?
Orangey. Ooh, it's good though. It's good and not too sweet. Very eggy and dense. What do you think?
Vanilla in there too.
That's gonna get slammed instead of the Tres Leches cake, unfortunately. Actually, not unfortunately, because that is good.
Pretty good.
My battery is running low. We're gonna finish it up here and then move on. Woo, all that food was good, but you know when you're in Washington Heights, you have to stop at Malacon, potentially the most famous restaurant in Washington Heights. Alright, so we're at Malacon, which is like a classic Dominican restaurant in Washington Heights. I actually lived right across the street from this for 4 years. First thing that we got are quipes, which usually we get at like the Dominican food trucks, but today we are here, so we decided to get them. They remind me of, so my first job was actually at a Lebanese restaurant where we served kibis. And these remind me of a Dominican version of kibis, but bigger. They're filled with like rice, I think, and meat. I'm not totally sure, but it's like spiced meat, and it has this really crispy outside. It's hot and almost creamy on the inside with a little bit of acidity, like maybe lemon, and deliciously spiced meat. Can you hear the crunch? You see that? A delicious Dominican snack that if you have not tried it yet, you have to. So this is the mixed grill with skirt steak. I think that's pork chop, maybe smoked pork chop, sausage, and chicken. And it smells so good. I have to go mofongo first. Mofongo is a classic Dominican/Puerto Rican dish which consists of mashed green plantains with some sort of meat, usually pork, beef. We got it with shrimp and a sauce. It's mashed with garlic. And honestly, usually I'm not a fan, but it looks really good. You see that? Looks juicy. So this should be like some sort of like garlicky sauce. You have to like garlic to like that, but it's pretty good. And a shrimp. So garlicky.
Gracias.
And we also got some fried yuca, which I love. If you've never had yuca, so yuca is a root vegetable. It's like kind of long like this and brown and almost potato-like, but these yuca fries, ooh, they seem really crispy. And really hot. Yuca fries are basically, if you like french fries, you'll like yuca fries. I promise you. Last but not least, this grill. I gotta go in for steak first, obviously. So this is skirt steak, and like Joelle was telling me earlier, Dominicans like to cook their meats pretty well done, which is not my preference, but the marination and the flavor that you get on them is what's up. So some skirt steak. The char on that. There's vinegar on the vegetables, which really helps to brighten up the meat. We're about to get into this. Here we go, trying the sausage. Tastes like an Italian sausage. Spicy, a lot of fennel. That's actually really, really good. So some of this pork chop with some of the green sauce that they gave us. The thing that's so good about this mixed grill is the char on the meat. That's what makes it really good. This green sauce is very garlicky. Again, you gotta like garlic, but I love garlic, so it's right up my alley. This is Tres Leches cake. I've never had it before here, so we'll see how it is. But basically what it is like a white cake with whipped cream on top and this like condensed milk and like evaporated milk that it soaks in. So Tres Leches means 3 milks, which I think is the, thank you, evaporated milk, condensed milk, and the whipped cream. Let's see how this one is. It looks really juicy. I think Tres Leches has to have that extra milk. It's pretty good. Really milky and creamy. It's sweet, but not overly sweet. This is a contender. I still say 809 has the best Tres Leches, and that is specifically because they have the guava on top, which gives it like a tartness. But this is a pretty good Tres Leches. I'm not gonna lie. You see how juicy that is? So that's the end of our Dominican food tour through Washington Heights. There are so many more places that we want to go, but we are stuffed. We took 2 days to do this, and we are so stuffed. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support, and please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. See, I'm done. See you next time. Listen, what I said about Washington Heights being loud, I'm not kidding you. Across the street from where I used to live, it's like, what, 11 p.m. right now? There are still old people out here playing music, blasting music, and dancing.
They're just getting started, and they're not old, they're just feeling alive.